Texas A&M University's Board of Regents considering bringing back one of the school's most cherished traditions, one that's been away for a while, the Aggie Bonfire. It has been 25 years since 12 people were killed on campus. Richard Solomon is live at our newsroom this morning. And Richard, certainly some mixed feelings about this potential change.
Well, yeah, Mark, and those mixed feelings are coming from the families of those who died and the survivors of that tragedy. And this all comes as the committee is in the pre-stages of considering ways to safely bring this tradition back on campus. Because what was seen as one of Texas A&M's greatest traditions quickly became one of the university's greatest tragedies. Now, in the early morning hours of November 18th, 1999, the 60-foot stack of logs collapsed, killing 12 people and injuring 27 others as it was being built. Many of you at home right now might remember that day. Now, this was a student-led tradition that started in 1909, leading up to the rivalry football game between the Aggies and the Texas Longhorns. And for the last 25 years, that bonfire hasn't been held on campus. Now, a member of the university's Board of Regents sent this letter to the families of the victims asking for their thoughts on bringing this bonfire back on campus. It would lead up to the rivalry game this fall. Now, the letter says, for the last 12 years, Texas A&M students have built an unsanctioned bonfire off campus, which has obviously drawn some safety concerns. Now, we spoke with an attorney who has represented many of the families of the survivors of this tragedy. He says that is where those mixed feelings are coming.
If A&M brings it back, then I hope that they will do so with professional engineering and architectural supervision of the student leaders and workers, if that's how they plan to build it.
Now, we have reached out to the regent who wrote that letter, but we have not yet heard back as of now. But the letter says moving it back on campus with professional oversight is possible. We also got a statement from the chief of staff of the university's president saying the committee will present recommendations about traditions to renew in May. Then that is when the president will decide on how to move forward. For now, live in the newsroom this morning, I'm Richard Solomon. Back to you all in studio.
Certainly for any Aggies, this is an issue that, strikes to the core of some of the traditions that Aggies enjoyed for a long time. I mean, what are your thoughts about this idea, Trishara?
I think I'll never fully understand how those victims felt, the victims' families felt, having to hear anything related to the bonfire. What I will say, though, is Texas A&M has plenty of traditions, right, that we can use to celebrate this moment from a standpoint of, how do we get back to this rivalry game, right, and renew it. And I know this was something that was really big for the UT Texas A&M rivalry. So I would just say I'll defer to the victims' families, let them be the judge in all of this situation. What I will say, too, is I do appreciate them saying that this will have some university oversight. And so as long as they are a part of this, we'll wait and see what the victims' families have to say about it.
Yeah, well, I want to know what the students think, right? Because we're hearing about the alumni's thoughts. We're hearing obviously victims' families, as we should. But what do the students want? What do the students need? Because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's not about the alumni anymore. And traditions are meant to be new also. You know, we don't have to follow traditions from, decades ago. It can be new. I was a student while the bonfire was off campus. I never attended, and I never felt that I needed to.
And I never felt like I missed anything either.
No, like you said.
It is still off campus at this point.
Yeah, there are so many traditions, so many beautiful traditions that A&M has, and we can keep those alive and maybe add new ones.
Absolutely.
As the Longhorns do join the SEC.
Yeah, good point. Most of the current students were not alive when the bonfire was on campus, so worth remembering.
Important context from two A&M alums this morning. Thanks, ladies.